Talk about the so-called soft bigotry of low expectations, people. So it turns out that the newer edition of the White House press secretary has remained largely unscathed of the wrath of the fact-checkers, which, let's be honest for a moment, shall we, has all the credibility of Biden without a teleprompter. Honestly, I do kind of feel for the fact-checkers, even as partisan as they are. I have to imagine some of them are sitting around there listening to this one thinking, surely we don't have to tell people this is all bullshit, do we?
Nah, it'll be fine.
Now let me say for the record, I do not care for this one at all. I don't care to learn or even remember her name. The reason being is if the first thing you do upon being appointed is to tout utterly irrelevant box-ticking shite qualities that tells me nothing about your qualifications for the position, and the media simply reiterates those same qualities, it tells me you are not worthy of individual acknowledgement, given that, very clearly, you were not hired on the basis of any merit, very evident from your grotesquely incompetent performances. And the reason they do this dumb shit is because it's not about meritocracy, it's about having an out when you criticize them for sucking at their job. Anyone sane wants competence, so when you criticize them for not having any, the box-ticking plebs have a convenient go-to to label you with if you ever deem them unfit for purpose. Is it any surprise then why nothing the left does ever fucking works? Oh, but this is the party of science, people. Moving on. With the red-headed wench, she would just piss you the fuck off because you could feel her delusional arrogance pulsating through the damn screen. With this one, your jaw just drops and you think, holy hell, this woman is a fucking idiot. I find it rather amusing it gets called the soft bigotry of low expectations. What if I don't have any expectations? Am I the uber king bigger then, am I? My only expectation was that this one would be terrible at her job because she isn't white and male. Hell, this one's only good for three things: being memed on Peter Doocy's personal punching bag and providing credibility for white people thinking they're superior. And yes, I know the last one is more ideologically driven, true, but couple that with a constant news cycle, the need to dig a little deeper than just below the surface value, with people having the attention span shorter than your average TikTok video, you are going to notice the race and gender. If you happen to also not have Biden brain, you are going to recognize the patterns of incompetence in conjunction with the race and gender. You are going to naturally assume incompetence without further justification. But it's not going to be without merit. You are going to base this on prior experience. In the past, we used to call this prejudice. Nowadays, we call it objective fucking reality. And here's the funny thing as well. I don't think it's because of her race and gender that she gets a pass. No. I think it's because if you were to fact-check every lie she uttered, a fact-checker is likely to become the most demanding job. Hell, you'd be daft not to demand a wage increase with a rather high frequency. It would be much more economically efficient to correctly assume she just lies by default, and only put out a statement when and if she says something that's actually true. The most bizarre thing about that pitch is it's not actually that far-fetched, it's far more viable than you might care to admit. It's not going to make the press secretary look any more competent, but then again, short of swallowing a nuke, I don't think anything is going to help the situation. And that is all for today, and I will see you all next time.